What I know it sounds weird, but just try it. Thing do you swear by? Take a shot of vodka. Burns a bit. Pick up a hunk of fresh bread and sniff deeply. Burn goes away. You must be Russian. Shower with the lights off. I don't know what emotion I'm trying to elicit, but it's pretty amazing. Your bathroom shower area has to be pretty clean though, as in you know what's where, 'cause once I tried this at my parents' place and when I shone my phone light to see where I'm going I was met by cockroaches. Faux you that. Edit, whoa, apparently it's not an unusual thing. I tried this and I washed my face with conditioner. Hey there, smooth skin. At night after you pull in and park somewhere, turn the car off and just sit for a few minutes. So peaceful and calm, and it's great to just cut the engine and lose the noise and the lights for a little while. My sister regularly sits at home in the car for a while after arriving home from work. It didn't pay off the one time my mother was moving huge wardrobes around in the garage, managed to overbalance and slowly fall so that she was wedged into the gap between two wardrobes and the floor. She was stuck and waiting for my sister to arrive home, and my sister had been sitting in her car in the driveway for 45 minutes. Did your mom enjoy the silence while she waited? Well, my sister enjoyed coming across the scene of my mother wedged into a tiny gap, after hearing small pleading cries. She was crying with laughter and took many photos before she helped to unstick her. As any good daughter, or, for that matter, parent, would. Yes, I also have an Australia's Funniest Home Videos worthy video of my mother who tripped over and got stuck in a huge fallen limb from a tree on a bushwalk. I was also crying from laughter and she was just yelling at me, getting angrier and angrier. When your sinuses are super congested, push your tongue flat against the roof of your mouth and push the heel of your palm against your forehead, right along your brow. If you hold it for like 30 seconds and then let go, you will feel your sinuses start to drain. Absolutely amazing, wish I had known my entire life. I'm super congested right now and this works, bless your soul, I love you. Instructions unclear. Just licked a moth. Gross bro. Moths are like butterflies with pubic hair. The next time you are alone on a long drive, scream as hard and loud as you can. I promise you will have a stupid grin on your face directly after. If you handled garlic and want to remove the smell from your hands, don't use soap, use salt. Or rub them on the inside of your stainless steel sink. Gone in like 3 seconds. Lay down on the floor in a sunspot. I didn't think it was weird until my husband asked me what I was doing and I had to say, I'm laying in a sunspot. Our living room has these big windows and the sun hits this area of the carpet and gets the best laying area. There's a reason why cats do this shit. Edit, I love reading all these comments. I think most of us did this as kids, but I encourage you to try it out as an adult too. Life can be so stressful sometimes. I've found that stopping a moment and enjoying a good sun spot can be very restorative. Back in the late 70s when my dad was working morning shifts, he'd come home from work, grab a pillow from the sofa, and take a 20-minute nap in a sun spot, and I'd curl up beside him and fall asleep with my head in the nook of his arm. Thank you for bringing back a forgotten memory. 3. Add a couple of drops of light soy sauce to some vanilla ice cream. It makes the ice cream taste like caramel. Weird but true. Why wouldn't I just, drizzle caramel onto my ice cream? Because then it tastes like soy sauce. Gin beer. Take a cheap, light beer, I use Coors Light, and put a shot of gin in it. Doesn't have to be great gin. It tastes fantastic. You actually want a relatively flavorless beer, so it's like a more alcoholic gin and tonic. Everyone I've introduced this to became a believer. This beer tastes like alcohol poisoning. Gin over ice? Breaks your brain. Whiskey over ice? Breaks your emotions. Vodka over ice? Breaks your stomach. Goddamn, ice ruins everything. Smirnoff over ice? Bends your knee. Captain Morgan spiced rum and Arizona green tea. There's something magical about this combo that makes the alcohol taste disappear, so all you taste is a pleasant spiced tea. 1 part rum, 2 parts tea, add some ice, and enjoy. Great way to get way too drunk very quickly, quite known drink in Poland, mixing tea with rum, we call it herbata gralska. A hiccup remedy. Take as deep of a breath as you can and hold it. While holding it, force yourself to swallow. The act of swallowing will force some air out of your nose, so you can now breathe in more. Repeat this process of breathing as deep as possible, holding, and swallowing to free up some air space. It's worked for me every time for the past decade after 3 to 5 breaths. Edit. 1. Rip my inbox 2. Thanks for the gold, whoever you are. That's because hiccups are a spasm of the diaphragm. Holding as much air in as possible temporarily paralyzes the diaphragm and interrupts the spasms. Holding as much air in as possible temporarily paralyzes the diaphragm and interrupts the spasms. Yeah, if you could just tell that to my diaphragm too, I'd really appreciate it. By the way, if you have hiccups and want to sneeze, don't sneeze. They really don't combine well. By the way, if you have hiccups and want to sneeze, don't sneeze. They really don't combine well. Also applies to diarrhea. Freezing grapes, it tastes amazing, trust me, also works great with cut up banana. Put them in wine and you don't water it down. Absolutely. I work at a winery, and give that recommendation all the time. And then you have a little snack after you're done your wine. I work at a thrift shop. I sometimes test toys to see if they work. If they do, we sell them. If not, we don't. Many times Thomas and his other friend trains, geotax trains, would not work. I googled if there were any known fixes. One guy said, I know this sounds crazy, but throw it or hit it on the ground as hard as you can. If that doesn't work, do it again. I was like, hey, I have nothing to lose. Slammed the train, nothing. Slammed it again, nothing. 7th time, stupid train starts working. Now any toy that comes in not working, I slam it on my work table. Many times they come back to life. TL. Doctor slamming toys in anger or calmly against the floor or table fixes them. Edit. I am hoping all of the upvotes are parents slamming broken trains etc. and having them work, saying, holy crap. It works. That's officially called percussive maintenance and is a method that's actually used. Yep, I got a hard drive working by punching it last week. It contained critical data that wasn't backed up. I was able to get it spinning, and imaged it. I do the wank job, a HDD that can't go into a proper spinning cycle because the arm holding the reading head is bent. Scraping against the disks for some reason can be jump-started by doing wanking motions with the right timing as you plug in the power cord. It's shitty enough to explain that I don't even know what to Google for, but I'm sure there ought to be videos of this. Pretty sure I know what not to Google for. Opening a bag of chips upside down, flip it upside down, then open from the bottom of the bag, now facing upright. It comes from the manufacturer in a box, shipped in that box, and then sits on a shelf until you buy it to add set. So all the good flavor has worked its way down to the bottom of the bag. The first Doritos or whatever chip it may be, taste great, if not all. Edit. A light, up and down shake, add a spin move, is also a great idea. For more deliciousness in your mouth per chip. Edit 2. You need to shake it gently while turning it all around, bro. Like sand in an hourglass, get the flavor to go from top to bottom, while upside down. That's a more superior way to distribute all the spicy goodness inside the package than a simple upside down turn. BTW, there was a thing in MCD years ago, when they gave you a paper bag, and different kind of spices in small pouches. The idea was the same. You put your fries and the spices into the bag, and shake it like a madman. You Victor Orban, thanks for the next level tip. PLS, don't shake chips like a madman. A bidet. Disclaimer: you will never feel fully clean after using any other toilet. Anytime you're angry, think instead about whether you're hurt or scared and focus on that, first. My therapist once explained in simple terms where all of those emotions come from. Sadness comes from losing something important to you, fear comes from a threat, and anger comes from a perceived injustice. Once you understand that, it becomes much easier to identify why you feel a certain way and what you can do to feel better. Paul Ekman has some excellent notes on what he believes to be the 6 basic emotions. Happy, you've gained something good. Sad, you've lost something good. Angry, your attempt desire has been blocked. Afraid, something good of yours is being threatened. Disgusted, something external you don't want is imposing on you. Internally, surprised, related to fear, but can be either positive or negative, and usually extremely short-lived. Contempt is sometimes considered an emotion, but it's a mixture of anger and disgust. Basically, Something that blocks your attempt's desires and also imposes on you internally will make you feel contempt. Note, each emotion has varying degrees and subtle subtypes.